We all know James Cameron's dedication to realism can be a bit of a hassle to his actors. In this video, we're talking about Sam Worthington's terrifying Avatar moment, while Brooke Boney is in awe at details of the secretive new Avatar sequel. After that, we're diving into why a movie is being re-released just ahead of Avatar 2, and more. Can you guess which movie it is? Stay tuned to see if you're right. Now, let's get to it. Let's start with Sam Worthington's terrifying Avatar moment. Sam Worthington, who portrays Jake Sully in the Avatar franchise, has revealed some of the incredible physical challenges that he had to endure while filming the latest Avatar installment. In an interview with AAP, this also included one moment of absolute terror. Avatar: The Way of the Water is set more than a decade after the events of the original movie and focuses on the oceanic life on the planet Pandora. Naturally, director James Cameron used the newest technology to bring his vision to life and captured performances underwater to offer the most realistic movements you can expect of a 10-foot blue alien creature. And acting underwater meant that Sam Worthington and his co-stars had to master the art of freediving. Worthington recalled one moment in particular during a pivotal scene with Britton Dalton, who portrays Sully's second eldest son. Quote, "Halfway through, I realize I'm 30 feet underwater, I'm running out of oxygen," Worthington told AAP. At that point, he starts to panic, elevating his heart rate, which depletes him from oxygen even more. Luckily, Dalton noticed what was happening, and his touch and look helped to reset Worthington, bringing him back into the scene. Next up, Brooke Boney in awe at details of secretive new Avatar sequel. Today's Brooke Boney sat down with Avatar Sam Worthington and Cliff Curtis to talk about Avatar: The Way of the Water, and how absolutely awe-inspiring the franchise remains to this day, 13 years after the first movie was released. The actors also revealed the extent to which James Cameron went in order to keep the plot details of the upcoming movie a secret. Worthington admitted that his scripts came to him in a safe, which he had to put in his car and drive home, where he was given the combination. Curtis had a visit from producer John Landau's own son, who was sent from Los Angeles to New Zealand to personally deliver the scripts. Worthington said that the excitement that Curtis has for the project brings back the same feelings he had over a decade ago when the first Avatar was first released. Quote, "These emotions bubble up. The creatures are so mythical and magical and otherworldly, yet they feel so real," Curtis told Today. The mystery surrounding the colossal movie is what's making the anticipation for the long-awaited sequel rise all the more higher, but the care with which the plot of Avatar: The Way of Water has been protected should tell us something about the quality we should expect to see once the movie is released. Following, Top Gun: Maverick is being re-released just ahead of the release of Avatar 2. Top Gun: Maverick, the sequel to Tom Cruise's Top Gun, defied all odds by soaring to a massive worldwide box office haul of over $1.48 billion. The movie dominated the summer box office season after opening to $160 million domestically over Memorial Day weekend, and was still holding down the top spot by Labor Day, but it appears that Maverick's massive gross still isn't quite enough for Paramount, who have decided to re-release the instant classic to theaters from the 2nd of December until the 15th of December 2022. This will give Maverick another 2 weeks to pad its box office total, because after that, Avatar: The Way of the Water is the only movie coming out in the upcoming holiday season that might take this year's first spot from Top Gun: Maverick. Avatar: The Way of the Water is expected to gross between $150 to $175 million domestically in its opening weekend, but it's the worldwide box office where things get interesting for the Avatar sequel. The Way of the Water is going to attempt to rival the original movie's all-time global box office record. In fact, according to James Cameron, Avatar 2 needs at least $2 billion worldwide gross if it wants to break even. And as other studios have cleared the deck in anticipation of this monster of a movie, Avatar 2 is in a great position to hit a home run. Don't go anywhere just yet, there's much more to come. Next, Zoe Saldana reveals her reaction to finally seeing the completed Avatar 2. James Cameron has finally responded to a classic SNL sketch, and Zoe Saldana recalls original movie auditions. Want to know all the details? Make sure to keep watching until the end of the video. Now let's continue. First up, Zoe Saldana reveals her reaction to finally seeing the completed Avatar 2. In an appearance on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, Zoe Saldana opened up about how she reacted to seeing Avatar: The Way of Water for the first time, admitting that she has indeed seen the final cut of the movie ahead of its release. Saldana portrays Neytiri in Avatar, the performance of which was widely critically acclaimed. Neytiri is a tribal warrior of Pandora, and Saldana did the entire performance through motion capture. Saldana's portrayal of Neytiri alongside her supporting role as Lieutenant Uhura in the rebooted Star Trek movie movie propelled her career into new heights of stardom, changing her life forever. No wonder that the experience of watching the long-awaited sequel made a huge impact on the actress. Quote, "I'm still processing, it's very emotional. I'm surprised my eyelashes stayed on. I was like sobbing," Saldana told Fallon. Avatar: The Way of the Water is the second of the 5 movies that James Cameron has planned, but these plans have faced multiple delays over the years. Filming for both the upcoming installment and Avatar 3 took place simultaneously, which ended up lasting over 3 years because of the disruptions caused by the pandemic. With the first movie having been released such a long time ago, it seems like the movie is banking on pulling on our emotional heartstrings to make the viewer feel connected to the story. Next up, James Cameron responds to classic SNL font sketch. Writer and director of Avatar, James Cameron, has finally broken his silence on the hilarious Saturday Night Live font sketch that criticizes his use of papyrus for Avatar's first poster. It's been nearly 5 years since the sketch first premiered, but now Cameron has finally let us know how he feels about the joke himself. When he was asked about it during a conversation with Empire, Cameron joked about how much the movie could have grossed if he'd been aware that they were using an off-the-shelf font. But he had to admit that he liked the font despite the fact that it was trolled mercilessly as a lazy choice. The SNL sketch about the font was released during the 43rd season and featured Ryan Gosling, a man who finds himself being haunted during his daily life by Cameron's decision to use the papyrus font for the Avatar poster. The 3-minute sketch plays out kind of like a conspiracy thriller, with Gosling even having a corkboard in his garage reflecting on the font as his friends and family are baffled with his random obsession over something seemingly so minor. The story ends when Gosling crashes his car into a fire hydrant and sees a menacing figure, portrayed by Kyle Mooney, mouthing the word papyrus from a near house window. Quote, "Ryan Gosling needs to get out more. Instead of freaking out over our font, time to move out of your mom's basement, Ryan," Cameron said about Gosling's sketch. And lastly, Zoe Saldana recalls original movie auditions. "We can only imagine what Zoe Saldana was told when Avatar was first pitched to her, but that didn't stop her from persevering and giving the audition her all." Saldana revealed during her appearance on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon what the incredible audition process for the original movie was like, and went into detail about how surreal the experience was, culminating in what she describes as an out-of-body experience. Saldana initially thought that Avatar must resemble Alita Battle Angel after reading the description for the character that she was auditioning for read, "a warrior princess and a robot." Confused, Saldana continued with the process, which asked her to do everything from cartwheels to rolling her R's. When she had successfully completed all of these, the actress was flown out to Los Angeles where she met her idol, James Cameron. Meeting the director was truly an out-of-body experience for Saldana, who obviously ended up being cast as Neytiri. Saldana's performance of the Pandora native has gone on to become an iconic part of the Avatar franchise, and we can't imagine what the original movie would have been like without her. And that's all we've got for now. Do you think that filming underwater will make much of a difference in the upcoming Avatar: The Way of Water, or do you think they could have gotten away with less dangerous approaches in CGI? Let us know what you think in the comments below. While you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.